We're at the Ball Horticultural Company breeding station in Elburn, Illinois. I'm happy to be standing next to Doug Lemley, who's the product manager for Ball Hort, and your job is to find great new varieties for Burpee home gardens.
Yes.
Well, I'm looking here. Folks who are watching this might see tomato plants. I see the future.
Agreed.
And that's what it is, isn't it?
Yes, most definitely.
And the future tomatoes is what? Is more nutritious tomatoes.
So what we've done is we've selected a group of tomatoes and some other vegetables for the Boost program within Burpee Home Gardens that all have higher levels of antioxidants than the average garden vegetable.
So tell me about the varieties that you have available now for the homeowner.
Okay, so we have Cherry Punch, which is a cherry tomato that is high in vitamin C and lycopene. We have Power Pops, which is another smaller cherry tomato, very, very prolific. You can get 1,500 fruit off of this plant in a season. It's unbelievable. And that one's high in lycopene and total carotenoids, which are another antioxidant.
All right.
And then we have Solar Power, which is the beta-carotene tomato, and it's bright orange.
So these are available now. So gardeners can get these and they can grow them right now.
Correct. So we look for the Burpee Home Garden in Lowe's, Myers, and independent garden centers.
Well, we would recommend independent garden centers.
Yes,
all
of course,
the time.
of course.
And I want to go over one more time. You mentioned that this is traditional hybridizing. This is not GMO stuff. So for people who are thinking, oh, they're pumping it, you know, they're messing with the genes. Go through how you would take a couple of these plants and get another plant out of them.
Okay, so it's actually fairly simple. We grow them up to when they're flowering. We get the two plants that we want to use as parents, flowering at the same time, and we take pollen off of one plant and we put it on the female parts of the other plant, and then a couple weeks later, as the fruit develops, we get fresh seed. That seed is a hybrid of those two parents. And so this is our new F1 hybrid that is the new exciting thing for sale.
And you never know exactly what you're going to get, but you usually have a pretty good idea, right?
Well, the further along something is in a breeding process, I mean, generation after generation after generation, the genetics get cleaned up. And so the further along you are in a breeding program, the more likely you are to be able to predict what's going to happen, but there's always wonderful surprises too.
Doug, thank you so much. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Of course.
Coming up next, we're going to Uncommon Ground Restaurant on Devon in Chicago, to the rooftop, where we're going to harvest some greens that are going to be put into a wonderful dish.